Renaud, U.S. journalist and filmmaker killed in Ukraine. A U.S. journalist working in Ukraine has been shot dead in the town of Irpin, outside Kyiv, police say. Renaud, 50, was a journalist and filmmaker who had previously worked for the New York Times. Kyiv's police chief Andriy Nebytov said he had been targeted by Russian soldiers. 2 other journalists were injured and taken to hospital. It is the first reported death of a foreign journalist covering the war in Ukraine. Photographs are circulating online showing a press ID for Renaud that was issued by the New York Times. In a statement, the newspaper said it was saddened to hear of Renaud's death but that he had not been working for the newspaper in Ukraine. Renaud last worked for the newspaper in 2015, the Times said, and the press ID he was wearing in Ukraine had been issued years ago. Renaud had worked for a number of U.S. news organizations and had reported from Afghanistan, Iraq and Haiti. He won a Peabody Award for his work on a 2014 series on Chicago schools, Last Chance High. He often worked alongside his brother, Craig, also a filmmaker. A Ukrainian police officer told PBS News journalist Jane Ferguson to tell America, "Tell the world," what they did to a journalist. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told CBS News that the country could impose appropriate consequences against Russia for Renaud's death. The news comes less than 2 weeks after Ukrainian journalist Yevgeny Skorn, a camera operator for the Ukrainian television channel Liv, was killed when a TV transmission tower in Kyiv was hit by shelling. A few days later, a British journalist covering the war in Ukraine was shot and wounded after coming under fire in Kyiv.